Hey all, hope you're doing well. In this video I want to share with you 5 things that I do to stay productive working from home. So the first thing I want to share with you is to do the most important thing first each day. This is something that's evolved for me over the years of working from home. I used to work late at night. I used to be a night owl working 2 a.m., 3 a.m. in the morning, and of course this wasn't good for my health. And considering I've got a family too, I need to wake up early. So what I like to do is to do the most important work first thing in the morning. Now, you might be a night owl, so if you find focus at nighttime, then use that time to get the most important work done. There's a book called Eat That Frog by Tracy. And the old saying goes that if you eat a live frog first thing in the morning, you'll know that you've probably done the worst thing that you'll do all day. Eat That Frog is simply a metaphor for tackling the most challenging tasks of your day. It's those tasks that you're most likely putting off, but you know will have a positive impact in your life or business. So why does this work in terms of getting the most important work done first thing in the morning or at nighttime if you're a night owl? Well, simply put, it is because of willpower. Personally for me, I am aware that I'm most productive and most focused in the morning, so I try to leverage that and take advantage of that because that's where the willpower is. As the day goes on, I find myself not feeling as focused, losing my creativity, and just overall being distracted by all the little things. So by focusing each day on the most important things that you need to get done first, you'll have a positive impact towards your career, business, and in life. All right, next tip is to stick to a routine and a schedule. I find if I don't schedule in the to-dos and tasks on my calendar and my to-do list, then it won't get done. I open up my computer, check my emails, check my social media accounts, and simply just wander around with no intention. The thing is, we all have 24 hours in a day, and it's how you use that time that determines your success or the lack of it. Routine's important too. When I get up first thing in the morning, I make a coffee, read a chapter, perhaps a page or two of my favorite book or current book that I'm reading. And after that, I do check some of my stats on social media and of course my business so that I can see if there's anything that's crucial and critical that needs to be taken care of. I then get my daughter ready for school, drop her off, and as soon as I come back, I get straight to work. Now, in terms of productivity tools, all I use is a tool called Notion. So you can download it on your Mac, PC, and also your Android or iOS device. I use a weekly agenda so that I can see what things need to be done for the week. There's nothing more satisfying than ticking off your to-dos. So by having some sort of to-do app or to-do list, perhaps you can even use a notepad to write a list of things that needs to be done for the day. And as you check it off or cross it off, you'll get that satisfaction knowing that you've completed some task. All right, so the next productivity tip I want to share with you is to create checklists. With checklists, you'll make sure that you complete your tasks and not miss out on any details. I use checklists in my business to help me save time, and with my YouTube channel specifically, I have this checklist so that I can follow it when I record videos. So for instance, with my camera settings, I make sure to have my camera settings set at the right settings, and with my audio equipment, lighting, and making sure all those finer nuances are in place before I hit record. A big mistake I made before was that I recorded a 20-30 minute video and little did I know that I wasn't in focus. It was getting the background. So after that, I knew that I had to make sure to create a checklist for recording. Some people like to call this SOPs, which stands for Standard Operating Procedures. So this is kind of the same anyway. So you're simply creating a checklist of how to complete or accomplish a certain task. The next time you work on a particular task, have a notepad and pen ready, or you can record it on your computer and just list down all the things that need to happen to get that task completed. You can use screenshots to better illustrate that step if you'd like. Creating checklists does take some effort, but the good news is you only need to do it once, and of course, improve it along the way if you do need to improve it and update it. In the end, the next time you do a particular task, you just whip out your checklist, follow along, rather than trying to think about what comes next after this, what comes next after that. So it'll help you save a lot of time. All right, the next tip I want to share with you is the 80-20 rule, or in other words, the Pareto principle. So the 80-20 rule simply means 80% of the outputs come from 20% of the inputs. In other words, 80% of the sales come from 20% of the actions, and this one may resonate with you. 80% of the time, you're probably wearing only 20% of the things that are in your wardrobe. How you can apply the 80-20 rule in work and in life is to focus on those tasks that actually make the biggest impact. So rather than trying to do everything and being everything in your business or at work, wearing all the hats, focus on the 20% that actually produce the biggest results. So the most productive work for me and my 20% is in creating content and delegating, systemizing my business. Finding out what tasks actually make an impact in your business does take some effort and investigating, but once you do identify those, that's what you should be focusing on. All right, the fifth tip I want to share with you has nothing to do with any tool or rule, but instead to simply step away from your desk so that you can re-energize and clear the mind. It doesn't have to be anything too drastic. It could be something as simple as reading a page or two of your favorite book, washing the dishes, or to step outside to get some fresh air. For me, when I'm feeling unproductive and easily distracted, I just walk out the door, do a bit of gardening, water the garden and grass, and perhaps do some DIY around the home. Sometimes even I just drive out to get some groceries, and when I come back, I feel a little more energized. So simply take a few minutes to step away from your desk so that you can re-energize and clear the mind. All right, so there we go. Those are my 5 tips to staying productive working from home. Productivity isn't about all the hacks to motivate yourself to work, but instead it's something you need to integrate into your life so that it'll be more of a long-term sustainable approach to getting things done. Now over to you. What are some of your favorite productivity tips? Feel free to comment below. I'd like to know your thoughts. If you enjoyed and got value from this video, by all means hit that like button, and if you're new, subscribe and turn on notifications too so you don't miss out on any future videos I post up here on this channel. Thanks so much for watching, and be sure to watch these videos next.